If you guys caught my live stream last week, I got a decant in from Eddie of a fragrance I wasn't sure I was going to like because I'm not a big floral fan, especially rose. And this was one that was called Halfeti Black Rose by Zaharoff. And so I tried it out and man, I really liked it. And my wife is allergic to some rose oils, but she's not allergic to the rose oils and that. So I have a bottle now. I'm going to be doing a review on that coming up soon. I just wanted to get some full wears out of the bottle first. But with that said, whenever the bottle arrived, I also got a decant of their brand new one that I also passed up again because I didn't like florals of Zaharoff's. This is Signature Bloom. And that's what we're going to be doing. My first impressions on today. It just arrived last night. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another first impression of a brand new niche release here in 2024 by the House of Zaharoff. Before we get into the video, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, make sure to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Everybody else, while you're on your way in, hit that like button. Comment below. Let me know if you've tried either of these two fragrances that I just mentioned, the Rose or the Bloom, or any other Zaharoffs if you want to talk about it. If you haven't really smelled anything from the House of Zaharoff, you're missing out. They had the Pour Homme, which isn't for everybody, Rosé, which is some people's favorite rose fragrance, but my wife is allergic to the rose in that one. Then last year, they came, well, obviously Signature Tobacco. They have the Z Creators line that have really good ones in there as well. Then last year they came out with their most mass appealing one to date, which is a tropical fragrance. I love it. It's in my collection. It's Coco Loco. They had their first gourmand last year, which was Aurum. The dry down for that is amazing. The opening is a very sticky honey. It's not for everybody in that opening, but the dry down is really immaculate. Great for the cool weather. And then I was going to skip these two because they're florals and wait for Seraphim Blue, which apparently is supposed to be one of the best blue fragrances coming out. And Zaharoff is also releasing for people in Europe and Australia and some places like that. He wasn't over there yet, but over the next couple months, he is expanding, so you guys will have access to them. With that said, I'm not going to be posting this video until about 5 days after I recorded it, so you might have already seen my reviews for these on my live stream. I might not do them, I'm not sure. With that said, last week's live stream for me, I got a decant in from Eddie about a month ago. I finally decided to smell it, and it was of this one, Zaharoff, and it is Halfeti Black Rose. And again, I tried it out on my wife's toe, make sure that she didn't get any rash or hives or anything like that. Everything was totally fine. And I love the fragrance, which is hard for me to say because I don't own any rose fragrances in my collection because I'm not a big fan of them. But this one I had to own, and whenever it came in, they also sent me this, which I sprayed on an hour ago. And this is Zaharoff's Signature Bloom, which again, I was going to pass up and just get a decant of it at some point because it's a floral. So I'll let you know if it's worth it. But we're going to spray the opening on my hand one more time here. And I love the fragrance. I freaking love it. The opening for this is a 9 out of 10 for me. And on this arm, I have it down to about an hour right now. And it's still like a 9 out of 10 for me. It is a straight unisex fragrance. So while it doesn't lean too feminine or too masculine, I have one floral fragrance in my entire collection. That is a true floral fragrance. I'm telling you, that's how much I don't like florals. And it is Tom Ford Soleil Neige. I don't like any of the other Soleils, but the Soleil and Neige, I grew to love that fragrance so much. It is a creamy, white floral, jasmine heavy fragrance that has sandalwood and vanilla. It is almost like a creamy, high-end sunscreen. It smells great. The jasmine's front and center, but then you get to the dry down, it's a creamy sandalwood vanilla mixture. Really, really nice fragrance. And this reminds me of it, but has a nice little twist. So if you like Soleil Neige, you're going to like this. This has a higher quality jasmine. As soon as you spray it on, you definitely get that jasmine right in front and center. You also do get a bit of creaminess, and then you also do get a bit of coconut. I don't know the note breakdown for this. I know there was 2 types of jasmine. That's the only thing that I remember, was because in Halfeti Rose, there was 3 types of rose, and in Bloom, there was 2 types of jasmine. The jasmine's front and center, but then it is so muddled together in a good way. There's the conglomeration of notes is very simplistic, but it is so well muddled together that it is this creamy coconut undertone mixed together with that jasmine to create this, again, high-end sunscreen like spring and summer fragrance that is beautiful for the heat. The jasmine is just super high quality. There's an ambery undertone that just provides a little bit of a heft to the fragrance, but it's vibrant, it's sleek, it just smells absolutely amazing. As it starts to dry, it is pretty linear. I'm gonna say, like, at least at an hour, we are looking at a linear fragrance, to the point where the only thing that really changes is you get a little bit more of these creamy woods coming in. You get a little bit more of this ambery tone creeping in. The jasmine starts to trickle down just a bit, but don't get it twisted, because it is a jasmine heavy fragrance with this nice creamy ambery base. Fragrance is just great. If you like creamy florals, this is probably the best creamy floral. This is better than Soleil Neige. I mean, this is better than Soleil Neige for me, and I had that as my #1 floral fragrance just because that's my favorite floral fragrance. And this one, while it is super similar, it's higher quality. I love the coconut in it. If you don't like coconut, it still probably could pass with this because the coconut's not too heavy. The way that it's all blended together, again, it's muddled so well together, it's very, very nice. You get a slight touch of spice as you get a little bit further in, but that's a 9. I mean, that's an easy 9. If you guys need to try this out, even if you don't like florals, if you trust me even a little bit, get a decant of this. I know they do sell decants on their site. If not, I think Fat Boy Fragrance might have it. But Zaharoff Signature Bloom, I mean, this stuff is good. Just picture if you've tried Soleil Neige, which is at pretty much any Sephora. So if you want to get out to Sephora and spray it on, you'll know what I'm talking about. This has just a little bit more of a creamy bite in the opening, whereas Soleil Neige, it takes a little bit to get to that creamy bite. And then again, you have that ambery coconut that you don't get in Soleil Neige. While Soleil Neige has more of the vanilla tones, this has more of this woody, ambery, creamy tone. And they're very similar, but I'm going to say this one might be a little bit better for me. And I really enjoy it. But what I'm going to say is that I don't have the performance or anything. It is projecting above average for the first hour. I mean, yeah, it's still pushing off my skin. I mean, I don't even have to stick my nose into it, so at least they got that covered, but I was never really worried about that with Zaharoff. This is one that I'm going to be picking up a full bottle. I think what I'm going to do is sense the Seraphim Blue. As long as it doesn't dry down crappy, which it doesn't smell like it's going to. When the Seraphim Blue is released right after Mother's Day, I am going to buy that and buy Signature Bloom at the same time, just so I don't have to waste shipping and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'll have enough to wear over the next couple weeks. I'll probably wear it as my scent of the day. It's how much I like it. And, yeah, a little bit of a white musk underneath, it seems, but jasmine heavy, creamy, ambery, very well muddled together. This is a Zaharoff Signature Bloom. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Let me know if you guys have tried it, what your thoughts are. It is a fantastic fragrance. George, if you're watching, you're really turning me around on these floral fragrances because, I mean, I haven't had a rose fragrance in my collection for 16 years of collecting, and now I do. And now I have my second floral heavy fragrance that is not rose in my collection that I'm going to be buying because of this one. So, yeah, good job, buddy. Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate shout out to George at George Zaharoff. Thank you so much. I'll be back with another one. Peace out.